From the front line of truth, where courage meets convictions, this is The Conservative Viewpoint.
Good evening, Patriots, and welcome to the Conservative Viewpoint. I'm your host, Charlie, the Country Conservative. And as the twilights descend on this eve of nation's most sacred holiday, July 4th, the air crackles not just with the promise of fireworks, but with the very spirit of liberty that ignited this grand experiment over 2 centuries ago. Tonight, we stand on the precipice of a new dawn, much like those brave souls who in 1776 pledged their lives, their fortunes, and their sacred honor to a cause greater than themselves. They dared to dream of a nation founded not on the whims of kings, but on the unalienable rights and doubt by our creators, the life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. They understood that freedom is not given, but earned and consistently defended. They knew that eternal vigilance is the price of liberty, and that the foundations of a free society rest upon strong principles, individual responsibilities, and a government limited by the will of the people. But tonight, as we reflect on this glorious heritage, we must also confront the challenges that threaten to erode the very bedrock of our republic. The battle for America's soul continues, not with muskets or cannons, but with ideas, with policies, and with the relentless pursuit of truth in a world too often clouded by an ideological fog. On tonight's program, we dive deep into the headlines, demand our attention and action. We'll bring you the shocking details of the FBI's decisive actions taking down a key anti-trend gang members in the largest yet most violent migrant turf wars our city has ever seen. We'll also expose the alarming rise of radical ideologies as we examine the case of self-proclaimed communists attempting to seize the mayoral position in one of our biggest cities in the country. And believe me, that's just the beginning. We have so much more on tonight's show that you won't want to miss it. So buckle up, America, because the truth is here, and it's at the Conservative Viewpoint. And the show begins now. Hi, everyone. Good evening. Good what? 4th of July Eve? Yes. We are on the take for July 4th coming up here real shortly. And I have decided to take the weekend off. And starting tomorrow, I'm just going to relax and drink and eat. And not eat too bad because I started that diet again and that exercises. That's crazy. But I'm going to have some pulled pork and stuff like that tomorrow. So I hope you guys have some great stuff planned. I think it's going to be a great weekend, especially what we found out today, which we're going to go over first. But we're also going to give some shout outs real quick on everybody that's we're streaming to right now. Well, we're streaming to Rumble over here. We got Getter over here. We got Kick over here. What else we got? We got Facebook down here. We got YouTube. We got Twitch. We've got X. What's going on X? We got everybody down in here. And we've got the one, the only, Wimpkin.com. There you go, guys. WIMKIN. If you have not done it yet, download the app. Join us. You guys will have a blast. Trust me, great people in there. I like to call them my Wimpkin Warriors because they are fighters just like me, and they They help me out with the show, actually. And so does people in Getter now, since we got people in Getter talking. And you just can't beat it. We got Shell in there right now. You got to love it. Hi, Shell. And I did come on a little bit early tonight just because when I decided just to take the weekend off, I added more stuff. But it's not a whole lot of stuff, but I did add some stuff. And we're going to say hi to the Wimpkin Warriors right now. Let's get it in. Colin from Scotland. He's here. Yes, he is. Hi, Colin. How you doing? And there's Texas Tammy. You wait, guys. I got a surprise for you. All right. And we got Mark from the UK. Mark's in there. What's happening, Mark? Oh, my God. Sean in Wimpkin graced us with his presence today. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Y'all stay alert and aware tomorrow. Keep it in mind. Oh, yeah. You guys go listen to this. This is a public service announcement from Sean in Wimpkin. Let me put my glasses on for this. Y'all stay safe, alert, aware tomorrow. Keep in mind, a huge crowd looking up at the fireworks is a very soft target. If you see something, say something. Not trying to scare you, but just prepare you. Exactly, guys. If you do remember that there was warnings put out about something could happen tomorrow. So make sure you do it because something could come out of those fireworks that you're not expecting. So good tip right there. That's a disaster factor tip and a public service announcement from Sean in Wimpkin. Welcome, Sean. And there is Violent Vixen. I hope she's having a great time. It looks like she's having a great time. I'm going to show you that here in a second, too. Hi, Vic. You guys haven't watched her show. She will be back. I don't know if she'll be back tomorrow because she's coming back home, I think, tomorrow. I don't know if she'll get a time or not, but if you haven't checked it out anywhere you're streaming to right now, you'll find her name. Violent Vixen 29. Check out Rebel Chicks with a Cause. Great show. Great information. She's been on tour right now. She's been in Texas for her son. Proud to be proud mama of her son graduating from boot camp. Oh, yes. Got to be proud with that. And I think she was going to get to see her grandchild. I'm not sure, but you never know. But anyways, welcome, guys, to the show. I'm glad you're here. We got a lot going on tonight. But first, I want to show you some people that we love like crazy, right? First one, we got Texas Tammy and Jeff. Right there they are. Oh, yes. Live and in person. You finally get to see them both together. We put a face to the name now. Thank you, Johnny from X, for sharing these with me. And our one and only Violent Vixen. And if I'm thinking of, maybe I'm wrong, but Vic can tell me, is that Johnny with you right there in those pictures? Oh, yeah, Violent Vic says she loves Texas. She already got the Southern slang for it, so what the hell? There you go. But let me know. Look at them faces right there. My grandson loves his grams cracker. There you go. She got to see her grandkid. I'm sure she's loving that stuff up there. But I'm not sure. I did email Johnny back to see if that was him. I've never seen Johnny in person, so I do not know. But I'm just guessing because he's from Texas. So, and I don't think they're too far apart. But thank you for the pictures. That was awesome. And I want some more pictures, guys. I would love to see everyone that comes in here, even Getter. You got 1,000 people in there. I'd like to see some pictures. Once again, Vic, congratulations on your son's graduating. Yes, that's right. Congratulations. Where is he off to? Yes, that's John M. All right. Now we got Matt. I've already seen Vic in person. We've all seen Vic in person. The three, we finally got to see them in person. That's their Texas. We didn't get to see Sean, and I know Sean's from Texas in Getter. So, yes, Sean, it's your turn. All right, guys, I want to see some pictures. Email me some pictures, guys, so we can put some pictures. You see my pretty face 5 nights a week, guys. So let's put it out. If I can do it, you can do it. Trust me. Oh, yeah. All right, let's get busy. Let's get through some of these articles real fast so we can show some videos because I got some from some viewers. and we got a lot to go through. But so let's get moving. And we're not starting with that. We're starting with the best news we could ever see, I believe. And that is Congress sending Trump's big, beautiful bill to his desk to sign. Yes, sir, Bob. And also, and I did not get any videos. I ran out of time. I wanted to get on quick so we could have time to do some videos and enjoy the weekend. That's what we're going to do. But President Trump kicks off 4th of July weekend at Iowa State Fairgrounds, and he's also kicking off the 250th anniversary of Independence Day. Yes, sir, Bob. Next year, this is the 249th year of Independence Day. Next year's going to be one big party. Trump said during his campaign that he wanted to make a year of partying, and so that is what he's doing tonight. Kicking it off with in Iowa, and it's supposed to be a big party. But yes, the bill went to his desk. They signed off on it. I watched the vote. It was 217, I believe, to 214. Oh, yeah. And I hope I got this somewhere here. Let me look real quick. Oh, here it is. Okay. Let me run this to the top real fast. I did not get everything put in where I wanted it to be put in. But I want you to see how pathetic the loser Democrats are after they lost trying to do away with the country becoming better again. Yes, it's going to add some money to the deficit, but it's going to help everyone out. Everyone. You're going to see prices go down like crazy. You're going to see more money in your paychecks. You're going to see the wall built. This is what we paid for. You're going to see a lot of stuff happening now. These guys can get to work because they've got the money allocated now to do what they need to do. Now, if it would have been better if they would have got the Epstein file and all that stuff to us, that would have been that would have kicked off the Independence Day grade, wouldn't it? But that's not going to happen. But anyways, they got it to the desk. It's going to change a lot of stuff, guys. So don't you worry. It's going to happen. But these pathetic Democrats, they did a stall tactic with Hakeem Jeffries, the little piece of shit dildo-looking dude that he is. Took 8 hours and I think it was 45 minutes. Stall tactics, running his gums on the House floor for no reason. A waste of taxpayer money for almost 9 hours, paying these pathetic losers to sit there just to stall the inevitable. It was going to pass. They had the votes, but he has to do this. But look how they treat this pathetic, worthless piece of garbage after he was done speaking. They're an embarrassment. Take a look.
Life. Press on for democracy. We're going to press on until victory is won. I yield back.
Let's bring Jay O'Brien back in right there. We just saw Democrat Hakeem Jeffries giving the longest speech ever on the House floor, 8 hours, 44 minutes.
Did you see that? They treated him like Rocky Balboa after he won a fight or something. The pathetic loser, all he did was run his mouth and just stated a bunch of lies and bullshit, and didn't tell the people, the American people, the truth, that they've spent twice that amount of money on bullshit stuff. Not stuff that actually help the country, help American people. All they're doing is helping illegal criminals remain in our country so they can still murder, rape, assault, everything that they're doing on Medicaid, giving free health care, free trips around anywhere in the United States they want to go, anywhere. But they didn't tell that stuff. They just sit there and told lies after lies after lies. And this is what they do. They are the most pathetic losers this country has ever seen. Every day, guys, we're going to have to remind you, we got to keep these people out of office. State, local, and federal jurisdictions, everywhere, guys, no matter what. They cannot get back in it But a lot of this solidified everything that Trump's done. It codifies it all. And this is going to, this is the biggest thing you've ever seen. And hi, Gabs, Mr. Fixer, what's happening? All right, let's get into now. We're going to go and take a look at the inside of Alligator Alcatraz. Take a look. Now, that took a total of 8 days to do this. These guys must have worked around the clock because they refinished. This was an old airport down there, and they refinished the concrete and everything. And Trump's plane landed on it, and so the concrete is very secure. It's an abandoned airport, and they're building 2 more of these. Oh, yeah. So it's going to be great. And I love those alligators. They show some of them and stuff. I love that part about it. So, yes, we're rocking it out. All right, let's get into I have no sound. Can you all hear me? Tammy said she has no sound. There was no sound in the video, Tammy. It was just like air or something like that. So maybe that's why you think you don't have no sound. My mic's on. So you all good? Tammy or Tammy? There was no sound. There was just air. There was no talking or anything like that during the video. Yeah, probably, Fixer. Probably, but let's say they opened it in 8 days. They might have. You might be right. All right, let's look what we got going on here. Colby, there's Colby. What's going on? The guy doing my siding on my house just entered into Facebook over there. So don't forget, guys that are local to me, don't forget, if you need some siding, a deck, or a roof, or anything like that, get a hold of me, and I will give you Colby's number, and I'll ship you a copy of his card and everything. He gave me some extra ones today, doing a fantastic job on my house. So if you guys, all right, William Lockett, how you doing, William? So, yes, if you need it, give me a shout out. We'll get you his name and stuff. And he's doing a great job today. So, welcome there, Colby. Love seeing you on here. All right, guys. Now we're going to get into the piece of pathetic garbage Muslim commie that's trying to take over New York. And we definitely cannot have that. So we're going to keep this. We're going to keep up with this. And we've got the 5 talking about it right here.
A housing policy document on Madman's official website talks about how he'd like to shift the tax burden to richer and whiter neighborhoods if he wins in November. And of course, the commies got a beef with capitalism.
Do you like capitalism?
No, I have many critiques of capitalism. And I think ultimately the definition for me of why I call myself a democratic socialist is the words of Dr. King decades ago. He said, call it democracy or call it democratic socialism. There must be a better distribution of wealth for all of God's children in this country. And that's what I'm focused on, is dignity and taking on income inequality.
But can the moderates slay the socialists? Michigan Senator Scotkin is dropping her alpha vision for the Dems. Watch.
Democrats have lost some of their alpha energy. They're looking for you to just show some fight and some planning and some, like, be the coach that's going to lead people from a losing record to a winning record. And how are we going to do that and bring people along with you? And we don't do that.
All right, so you're not a lawyer, Brian, but...
he's very literate, though.
He is very literate. When you say you want to shift the tax burden to whites, is that constitutional?
I think he stole my favorite line. I say that all the time in the halls at Fox. I'm always saying the white people are the problem, and then he steals my line. So I'm a little offended.
Make the whites pay more.
Yeah, make the whites. I've always said that if the white people would just pay more, finally we're cracking down on the white people,
It's
way overdue. And it's too bad that Trump didn't think of that ahead of time.
These whites are out of line.
So I got to give him one credit. When you ask Bernie Sanders, he's a socialist, he'll just go around the subject. It's not a problem. I just, I want to equal things out. This guy's like, no, I am a socialist. Don't try to soften. Erin Burnett tried to soften it. You're not really socialist. You like capitalism a little bit. No, not at all.
No,
not at all.
no.
Why do you ask? And the thing is, the reason why he's popular, he's a big social media guy. He's got young people excited. He evidently goes around and has big parties. They don't even know what they're voting for, what they're doing. He's young. He's got energy. He's on social media, makes some cool tapes, jumps in the water when it's cold, and people follow around. There was like 20. I was talking to the Free Press person who's been following around for 2 years and says that
these New Yorkers do not know what they're getting themselves into if they vote for this sumbitch. It's a destruction of that city. That's the whole state is gone. They're getting a commie in there. But according to Trump, he vows to save New York from this Muslim idiot, and he holds all the levers. And get out of here. Trump says we will have to arrest Mamadami if he fights for ICE. Take a listen.
Well, then we'll have to arrest him. Look, we don't need a communist in this country, but if we have one, I'm going to be watching over him very carefully on behalf of the nation. Look, so far he's winning. He still has a race to win, but so far he's winning, and he has an advantage as a Democrat in New York City.
We have enough commies in there. They're called the Democrat Party. We definitely do not need another one to destroy New York. I'm telling you. Hey, John M., thank you for the pictures. I love them. Look at it is. Right there. Got to show him. John M.'s in the house right there, guys. Oh, yes, I had to show that one more time. Wait. We got Tammy and Jeff right there. Oh, yes, we got them. See there? We got to love that. Yes, I did not erase that, Tammy. I got them. All right, what else we got going on? Well, you heard it from Trump himself. And Trump is living up to every promise he's made during his campaign so far, except for the Epstein Island pedophiles. I want that still. I'm going to push for that. I'm not going to stop. Commie is the least of it. Just wait till Sierra Law is kick in. Yeah, exactly, Shell. Big bar. You guys, New York, you better wake the hell up because this is something that needs to be fought real fast. All right, let's move on to FBI takes down anti-trend gang members in largest bust yet in a violent migrant turf war. They got 16 members of the anti-Trump rival violent Venezuelan prison gang, Trendiagua, in Texas, in that what was described as the largest anti-trend crackdown. 16 gang members, 14 are charged with conspiracy to possess with intent to distribute 5 kilograms of cocaine, and 2 are charged with separately various weapons offenses based on the alleged possession of sale and firearms, according to the Justice Department. This is what they need to be doing, and they can't slow down. They got to continue that. You definitely got a lot to do to bring back the trust in the FBI. So New Yorkers need to look at London, Birmingham, Manchester, Leeds, Sunderland, and Bradford, UK. Yes, they do. You guys, if anybody's near New York, and I know we have a couple in here with Jerry, I think, right? You guys got to wake some people up. And that's why I ask you, share my stuff out to everybody you can, because if we can reach New York and get more New Yorkers in here to wake their dumb asses up, they start getting some Republicans in there, and you get these pathetic losers, especially Muslim with Sharia law. No, that shit ain't happening. We definitely going to have something on our hands if we don't do something. All right, what do we got? Nome, Christy Nome, border encounters in June, the lowest ever. And I think that one time they said this is 12% lower than the previous recorded. And I think there was none. They had no, but they show a little bit here. It was a drop to 6,700, a 50% decline from March. So, and the border wall's not even done yet. So guess what? Wait till that border wall's up. And now it's all funded. And the bad part is it didn't need funded again. Joe Biden and the loser Democrats took all that money that was already allocated for it and spent it in their pockets. There's no accountability for it. Nowhere to be found what they did with the money. They sold the wall for pennies on the dollar. Why? Because it's not their money. It's our money. We spent it. That was our tax money that paid for it when Trump was first in office. And the Democrats and the Biden stole it. It was our property, not theirs, not his right to sell it, but they did. But now we have to pay for it all again. So they're crying and bitching, and every one of them sitting there whining about the bill and what Trump has to do to fix the screw-up mess that they made. It's their fault. Everything that's being done right now is a problem that they've caused. Now that we have to fix it. Now we have to double pay for this. I say whatever comes out of the mouth. If it's right or not, I don't know, Gabs. So we see what happens. All right, what else we got over here? Vic is over in X. All right, Vic. Thanks, Vic. Vic shares everything. Vic's great, isn't she, guys? Oh, yes. She'll be back. I don't know if it's Friday or if it's going to be Monday. I know she's heading back home. I said this earlier. She's heading back home tomorrow. She might not make it back, but she might be back on Monday. So who knows? You know, she does everything too. So, all right, let's keep going. Now, more money of ours has been wasted because the Fed spent $10 million for no major Diddy conviction. Oh, yeah. And son of a bitch is going to get off. The pedophiles are running free. No problem. Let the pedophiles go. But arrest a grandma for protesting off to the side of a Planned Parenthood place. So you arrest an 80-year-old woman, but you won't get these pedophiles off her street. This is how pathetic the government is, right? Oh, yeah. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. What else we got? Oh, yeah, Trump and Musk added button heads again. This shit's got to stop. Acting like child, especially Musk. Listen to this. Trump said that Musk could lose more than subsidies because Musk is throwing a fit because he didn't get his EV mandates. So Trump threatens Musk government contract with SpaceX founders China. SpaceX founders China's ties may get new scrutiny. Yes, but Elon Musk does do business with China. He does business with a lot of countries. So, and it's not like Trump doesn't either. Trump does business. He has buildings and high rises and stuff, and he does business with them when he's not president. His kids got him now, but it depends on how she feels when she gets home tomorrow. Is she going to get home early or late tomorrow, Tammy? Because so maybe she'll get on. It depends on how she feels. If she's tired or jet lagged or something like that, which she might. But who knows? She misses it like I do when I'm on vacation. And I miss beer back roads. What's going on, man? Now, we'll see if Vic gets on tomorrow. I'm not getting on. I'm going to enjoy the weekend and take a few days off, take a break. But now Elon Musk, we got Elon Musk saying, he said, the chainsaw for democracy stunt lacked empathy. No, he was acting like a normal person. It was fun. He was enjoying himself. Now he wants to sit there and say, oh, I shouldn't have done this. I'm landing at 6:45 in the morning or PM, Vic. But this bickering back and forth between the two needs to end. It's so sad. But now Trump does announce a trade deal with Vietnam, securing total access to their markets, and they do have a big market of stuff. So another win on top of everything else, on top of this big, beautiful bill going to his desk to sign. And he is planning on signing that tomorrow during the 4th of July. 6:45 p.m. I don't know if she's going to be on, guys, because by the time she gets her luggage and stuff, and I don't know how far she is away from the airport, but she might not make it. So her plane landing at 6:45 p.m., she might not make it. So, but watch for her. She may pop up and surprise you tomorrow or maybe even later tomorrow night. And we'll see what happens. But if not, you can guarantee she'll be back bright-eyed and bushy-tailed on Monday. So keep a look for her at 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. right before me. Take a look, guys. All right, now let's get a couple more here. Saudi Defense Ministry secretly meets with Trump to discuss Iran's de-escalation in Israel. Oh, yeah. He popped in there, and I tell you what, the Middle East is happy now that Trump's back in office. They are finally broker. Oh, it's only 20 minutes from the airport? Oh, yeah, but you still got a lot of stuff to set up. If you just maybe she'll get on just to bullshit and tell us how her vacation went and how her son's stuff went. Marianne. Hi, Marianne. Maybe she'll do that just to bullshit and she don't have to have no videos or anything, but that'd be nice to hear, right? How her time was with Tammy and Jeff and John and all them guys. That would be pretty sweet, wouldn't it? All right, let's keep going. You only got a couple more here to get through. Here we go. What else is next? What's next? Oh, yeah, listen to this one. I didn't know about this until just a little bit ago before I went live. White House responds to reports that Mark Zuckerberg was asked to leave the Oval Office meeting. Well, unfortunately, he was not, according to them. The White House denied a report Wednesday that Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg was removed from the Oval Office meeting with President Donald Trump and military leaders. NBC, of course, NBC reported early Wednesday that Zuckerberg walked in unexpectedly during a meeting about an F-47 stealth jet fighter. You don't just enter into rooms in the White House unexpectedly, and not even Zuckerberg. I'm sorry, it just doesn't work that way. So there is another bunch of lies from NBC, the piece of shit, worthless, fake news media, once again. Oh, my God. These people need to go. Worried that he didn't have security clearances, officials asked the social media magnate to wait outside. Two people familiar with the meeting said, according to NBC. Guess what? We don't believe anything that they say anyways. Oh, my God, you pathetic losers. What else we got? Here we go. Supreme Court to decide legality of trans mental patient school sports ban. It's going to be totally legal, but they're not going to take it up until they come back. And guess when that is? October. Oh, yeah. So we're not going to get anywhere with that. But hope to God, does it say mental patients can be in girls' sports? Oh, yeah. So it's got to be legal and get these people freaking help, what they need. Job growth picked up in June despite economic uncertainty. You know why? Because of Democrats running their mouth and then people are going, oh, jobs not going to make, there's no job growth at all. Well, guess what? They added 147,000 jobs in June. That figure was above estimated. Economists polled by LSEG, who projected 110,000 jobs would be added. Unemployment rate ticked down to 4.1, which was lower than the economists' expectations of 4.3. So it's win after win after win. You gotta love it, right, guys? We got all the winning going on. Iran will not retaliate against the U.S. or pursue nuclear militarization, says top diplomats. It says Iran will not retaliate against the United States because they know we will destroy them. As long as there is no act of aggression being perpetrated by the United States against us, we will not respond again. I could give a shit. Iran's deputy foreign minister, Mahaja, whatever his camel humping thing was, I don't know what it is. But yes, said they will not do that. They're negotiating with the U.S. over its nuclear program, which should be you don't have one. So they're saying this stuff, and don't trust terrorists. Right, guys? That's what we say every day. Don't trust them because they cannot be trusted. All right, that is the end of my article. So what is this? Let me see what this says. It's easy to win when we have the truth on our side after 26 plus hours debating this one. Let's see what this says. I'm not sure what this is.
Number one, Democrats say we're...
Okay, yeah, you're going to love this one. But, Crenshaw's been a little iffy on stuff. A big fat bomb. Yes. So you got to listen, but he's given facts to what is in the big, beautiful bill that just got passed, and the Democrats won't give this out. But listen to this. Not that. We did that yesterday.
Number one, Democrats say we're kicking poor people off Medicaid. Here's the reality. CBO numbers. 4.8 million of those numbers are from able-bodied adults choosing not to work. They're not being kicked off. They're being told to work or volunteer or look for work. That directly contradicts what was just said by Ms. Schreier, by the way. Here's another number. 1.6 million are duplicative enrollees who are enrolled in 2 states at the same time. Here's another number. 1.2 million individuals, they're not even eligible for coverage in the first place, just according to the laws that we have. Another 1.4 million people are illegal immigrants. That's not exactly the narrative they've been spinning, is it? Number two, Democrats say we're taking away substance abuse treatment. That is just false. This bill specifically exempts individuals with substance use disorders, full stop. Number three, Democrats say we're cutting Medicaid. Here's the reality. An actual analysis by CBO Medicaid baseline projection shows Medicaid spending will still grow by 6.5% above 2021 projections, even after this $800 billion in savings. So let me ask you, how can one honestly claim we're cutting a program that is actually still growing? Just intellectually. How can you claim that? Asking for a friend. Number four, Democrats say there aren't illegal aliens in Medicaid. Here's the reality. We know states are doing this. California uses a managed care organization tax scheme to shift costs to the federal government. That frees up about $5.2 billion in state funds. California then uses that money to pay for Medicaid coverage for illegal immigrants, skirting the federal ban. This bill closes the loophole by cutting federal funding by 10% for states that use Medicaid or other state-based programs to cover illegal immigrants. Vast majority of Americans would agree with that. Number five, Democrats say we're causing steep state budget cuts by changing provider tax and state-directed payment rules. Here's the reality. State-directed payments in Medicaid managed care arrangements have actually grown by about 62% between February 2023 and August of 2024. These payments do have a place in supporting our hospitals. Texas uses them to support our most needy. But you have to have common sense. You can't let them grow out of control and let them grow indefinitely. All we're doing is freezing the provider tax and state-directed payments. That's it. It's a freeze. This will preserve payments for hospitals that need them. So guess what? Again, no cuts. The sky is not falling. Look, in summary, this bill is nothing like Democrats claim. Nothing. It's past 3 a.m.
Now you guys hear that. He rounds off everything, and he goes on for another minute or so. But do you guys, answer me in chat, do you guys want to see Trump making comments in Iowa on America's 250th? Let me know in chat if you guys want to or not, because I have it up right now if you guys want to listen to it. And we will if you guys tell me yes, you guys want to hear him talk, or you wanted me to continue to talk, because all we're doing now is going to do some funny videos. So let me know and what the majority of the people want. That's what I give you. So if nobody says nothing, we're going to keep going. Illegals hopefully get kicked off. That's what they're supposed to, Sean. And hi, Sean. And I mailed your stuff out today, Sean. I will send you a tracking number here probably tomorrow if I find my receipt. I think it's on my gun safe. So I will find out. Hey, Charles, what's going on, man? Hello, everyone. I know I got a delay, so I'm waiting to see if you guys want to hear him, or we're just going to go into some funny videos here. There's something, Bill, that he wonder what it is. So we got a lot of stuff going on, guys, but we got to let's do the disaster factor tip of the day.
If a global war breaks out in this day and age, nuclear weapons have a high probability of being used, and that can really complicate your emergency plan. You might want to share this one. Let's talk about how you survive. If you see a nuclear flash, the first thing to do is get behind a barrier in case the shockwave comes your way. And then you have to find an enclosed shelter quickly. You've only got about 10 minutes before the radioactive fallout starts raining back down to the ground. Now, once you find your shelter, be sure to remove your outer layer of clothing and your mouth cover. Seal them in a plastic bag and clean yourself as soon as possible. And then just try to get comfortable. You want to stay in your shelter for at least 3 days to ensure the dangers of radioactive fallout have been eliminated. Now, let's not forget that radioactivity and fallout falls off exponentially over the first 24 hours, leaving very little trace after 48.
Okay, there you go, guys. There's your disaster factor tip of the day, and it was just appropriate because of the Iran deal. I don't trust them. I don't trust that crazy-ass Putin. I don't trust terrorists, period. We don't trust Muslims, period. It doesn't matter, period. You like the periods? I like the periods. That you know what we're going to have. So, exactly. Kiss your ass goodbye. Make sure. This is why we do this, guys. This is why the bug out bag. I got a cave my ass can crawl in, and but it's going to take a nuclear bomb to get my ass up that hill. So, because it's a steep hill. But if it has to, I have to. And that's what will happen. I get my family in, and simple as that. All right. Thank you for that nuclear tip here. All right. Now we got one. This first one comes from Johnny on X. This is the most patriotic place you've ever seen. Take a look.
Everybody needs to adult.
Man, I wish I'd quit hitting the wrong one.
Let freedom reign. Oh, glory will fly. Happy birthday, USA, on the 4th of July. Light 'em up. Grills looking hot. The drinks are ice cold. The American way, it never gets old. Let freedom reign. Oh, glory will fly. Happy birthday, USA, on the 4th of July. Light 'em up. Light up the sky, one nation.
Tell me that wasn't awesome right there. Thank you for that, Johnny. That was freaking cool as hell right there. I'd do that. My wife would probably kill me. All right. What else we got here? We got this one from Gabs. And listen to this. I didn't get
everybody needs to adult real hard, and the jackassery has to stop. And if you're unhappy with that, vote against it or fill out a hurt feelings report.
That's funny. I like that guy. He's great, isn't he? All right, let's get into Bigfoot on lefties. Oh, yeah, we're going to go out of here with a smile and enjoy our weekend. our long weekend, our 4th of July weekend. What a better weekend to have, right?
Y'all crazy ass soft lefties have tried to get him out of office twice. Both times you have failed. So sit down, buckle up, shut up, and enjoy the ride, you bunch of soft ass bitches.
That makes you love Bigfoot even more, doesn't it? Hell yeah. Let's keep going here. We got to learn what happens during I think this is during a women's visit to her doctors. Oh, yeah. Take a look at this.
Hello, America. Y'all, my wife just had to go for her annual lady doctor appointment. You know, the gynecologist. And I'm going to tell you, I did not know what all went on at the gynecologist appointment. Like, I had no clue, but I always noticed that my wife dreaded going to this doctor's appointment every year. She's just like, oh, I just don't want to go. And I didn't understand what all went on until she got home from her appointment. I asked her, I said, baby, what happens at them appointments? She said that when y'all ladies get into that doctor's office and you go back that room, they make y'all take everything off. You get bucky naked. You ain't got no underwears on or nothing. They just put a gown on you. And then they take your legs and they strap them suckers up in them stirrups. So now your legs is like this, all spread out. And there's your taco and your chocolate starfish for all the nurses, all the doctors, Jesus, God, everybody to see. And you say, here's when I thought the doctor just walks into the room. He just looks under the gown. He's like, yeah, well, it looks like your doors are lining up perfectly. Yeah, the curtains are closed. I don't see anything hanging out of it. Yeah, everything's good. And then he just walks out of the room. But, oh, no. That is not what happens. You see, my wife told me that the doctor takes this too, called a speculum, and he jobs it down in there, you know, so he can, I guess, look at your cave walls and make sure there ain't no bats in the cave or nothing. And then the doctor takes a Q-tip and he swabs it around in there, make sure you ain't got nothing growing in the old canoe there. I always wondered why sometimes after them appointments she'd come home walking funny. And now I know. I didn't realize y'all had to have tubes jammed up in that thing. And I was like, that's all they do, right? Like, that's gotta be all they do. And she's like, oh, no. Then I have to have the breast exam and the mammogram. And I'm like, oh, I just thought the breast exam was where it was like, no, I don't feel nothing. Nipples look cool. They both look at me eye to eye. Everything looks good. Nah, it ain't that simple. She told me that y'all have to take your boobies and y'all have to throw them up on this metal plate, and then they take another metal plate and they go and make a titty meat sandwich. And there you are with your boobies just squeezed up in this thing, you know, like that. And then they have to take x-rays, and she says it's so painful. I couldn't imagine. I've had a titty twister before. You know, that sounds like that is way worse than any titty twister I've ever had in my life. I did not know, ladies, that y'all have to go through all this at a doctor's appointment. You know, I thought it was weird when I had to go get a physical and a doctor had to touch my wiener and my testiculars. Like, I thought that was awkward. You know, where he had to go, hoot, cough, yeah. Nah, that ain't bad. Not compared to what y'all ladies have to go through. From now on, before my wife goes to any gynecologist appointment, I'm going to give her a big hug. I'm going to give her a big hug, and I'm just going to console her. Because I didn't know it was that rough on y'all. God bless y'all. I love you.
For gynecologist. I love this guy. Oh, it's so funny as hell. I had to show that one. That was a good one right there. Titty meat sandwich killed me. Yeah, I know, William, right? All right, here another Bigfoot on Mexican protest. Take a look.
America is evil. Viva Mexico!
So when's your flight back?
I can't go back. I'm sensitive.
You allergic to your own flag or just borders in general?
We do the jobs you won't. Yeah.
Like blaming America while living rent-free?
No borders, no nations, just liberation.
Liberation? Bro, you got deported from DoorDash.
ICE is everywhere. They're hunting us.
You sure ICE is after you or just your baby mama?
I came here for better life.
Cool. Step 1, stop looting Target.
No human is illegal.
Except you, bro. Like and follow before ICE does.
This stolen land. My ancestors were here first.
And they left you the deed in vibes?
Yeah, you gotta love it, right? Okay. I can't remember what this one is, guys, so we got to keep going. There was some laughs here. Homie needs to wait until the doctor does a prostate exam. He's gonna change his mind. Yeah, exactly, Sean. Over in Wimpkin. Sean's over in Getter too. So got the two Seans here tonight jumping it out. All right, what we got over here? Yeah, Trump is starting off a year-long party. All right, let's see what this one is. I'm not sure. I can't remember.
I'm not gonna make it. Oh no, I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it to the ball. I ate gas station food and I'm afraid I might lose it. I'm holding tight, not sure how long. I got the bubbly guts and I'm sweating for some reason. This damn might bust, not feeling strong. I'm not gonna make it. Oh no, I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it to the ball. Shit.
That guy does some funny stuff right there. Those songs that he does, that's hilarious. All right, what else we got? We got, I think this is Bigfoot and these dad jokes. Take a look.
This morning I saw this lady talking to her cat. Poor woman thought the cat understood her. I got home later, told my dog, we laughed about it.
Got another public service announcement to Sean over in Getter. Sean in Wimpkin says, get your ass over here in Wimpkin and join the other Sean. Well, I want Shell to do it too, and then they would take away from my Getter people. But we love you everywhere, no matter what. You come over to Wimpkin, we love you. We love you in Getter too. Well, I'm saying we got to keep it going, guys. All right, there's some dad jokes right there. This is Meals on Wheels and police fines. Take a listen.
Now, I'll tell you one my dad told me on this. As they got older, you know, Grandma and Grandpa, they couldn't get out of the house much. So Dad put them on this group called Meals on Wheels, which is a wonderful organization that serves meals to senior citizens and the homebound. Well, as Grandma got older, she started visiting people on other planets we didn't know existed. And one day their Meals on Wheels lunches was late. And my grandmother got so mad, she called 911 to complain. Wouldn't you have loved to have heard that phone conversation? 911, what's your emergency? Well, we're about to damn starve to death. That's what the damn emergency is. Ma'am, is there anybody dead there? There's going to be 2 dead people if we don't get some sandwiches real quick. Well, my father told me this story. Well, y'all, I'm a comedian. You cannot hand me a loaded gun like that and not think it's not going to go off at some point. Well, my grandparents passed away about 15 years ago. Well, one morning, a couple of years back, I got up and I called my house. Well, remember, that's one little small town in Texas. And my mom answered the phone. And she goes, hello? And I said, Ms. Zingvall? She said, yes. I said, this is Sergeant Johnson with the Georgetown Police Department. She said, oh, my God, is everything all right? And I said, oh, yes, ma'am, I'm sorry. Everything is fine. I said, listen, we're just clearing out our books for the end of the year. And we noticed that we had to send emergency vehicles out to your mother-in-law's house because she called 911 about their Meals on Wheels lunches being late. And my mother goes, you need to speak to my husband. I mean, she threw him right under the bus. There was no, we're sorry, we'll make it okay. It's his mama, deal with him. And I said, well, is he home? And she said, well, yes, officer, he is, but he's in the shower. And I said, well, ma'am, if you could get him, that'd be great. And she goes, well, all right. And she sets the phone down. Well, you know when folks set the phone down, you can still hear the conversation. And I hear my mother go, Bill, it's the police. They want to talk to you about your mother. And I hear my father yell from the shower, my mother's dead. And my sweet little mother, who never raised her voice, went, I know that. Get on the phone. Well, now I'm about to wet my pants. Because I have a visual of my father dripping wet, holding a towel, going, why the damn police call my house on Saturday morning about my mother's been dead for 15 years? But my friends, he got on that phone and he was nice as pie. He goes, hello? And I'm trying to keep it together. And I said, Mr. Engvall? He said, yes. I said, this is Sergeant Johnson with the Georgetown Police Department. He goes, well, how are you today, officer? I said, well, I'm doing fine. Thank you for asking. He said, what can I do for you today? I said, well, sir, I hate to bother you and your family on this beautiful Saturday. I said, but we're just clearing out our books for the end of the year, and we noticed we had to send emergency vehicles out to your mother's house because she called 911 about their Meals on Wheels lunches being late. And he goes, officer, that woman was crazy. This is Mom he's talking about. And I said, well, sir, that may well be, but that's not our department. I said, listen, we just got the issue of a little bit of a fine, and then we'll get out of your hair. He said, well, what's the fine for? And I said, well, sir, we had to send a fire truck and an ambulance out there because we thought something was wrong. He said, oh, yeah, I get that. He said, how much is the fine? I said, well, that depends. He said, on what? And I said, sir, do you remember what they had for lunch that day? And there was a pause. So I figure he's on to me. You know, he's going to go, Bill, shut up. And he goes, I'm sorry? I said, well, whatever they had for lunch that day will determine on how big or little the fine is. And he said, well, I've never heard of that. And I said, well, it's something new we're trying.
I'm not going to play the rest of it, but he's funny. Bill Engvall is hilarious. We got a couple more we're going to play. We got a lot more to play, but here's one. We got back to Bigfoot, and he's a MAGA man.
This is a public service announcement to all lefties. There are 3 vacant lots in Iran that you can protest at. That is all. Have a good day.
You got to love that Bigfoot. There we go. All right. Get rid of this one. Let me make sure. I don't want to play Bigfoot's up. No, that's a Bigfoot one. We're going to somebody else here. Okay, this is not Bigfoot. Take a look.
My daughter's looking at me. She goes, Dad, I don't know how you... I said, did what? She goes, just, you know, I tried disciplining him. She has a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old. She's like, my 3-year-old is out of control. I discipline him. I do everything. I said, you have to discipline right. She goes, I do. And he was next to me. So I turned and looked at him, and I go, but you're a good boy. And then he punched me right in my eye. Dead squared, like, right. He pushed my eye back into my brain. I saw repressed memories from my childhood. So I looked at him, and I went, no hitting. My daughter yelled at me. She goes, Dad. I go, what? She goes, we don't say no. I said, I think I found out what the problem is, right? She goes, we do timeout. Timeout, Chris. No, I didn't have timeout when I was a kid. I had blackout when I was a kid. That's what I had. I didn't have 2 minutes on a couch. I had several minutes of unconsciousness. That's how it worked in my house.
That's what it should work in every house. Timeout. That is ridiculous. That guy's funny. He's a new guy. Just found up, and that's why I wanted to throw that in there. But I got to find. Oh, here's Little Man again. Here got Little Man Brad Williams. Take a listen.
See a midget, you're happy. You can't help it. No one's ever seen a midget and yelled out, well, now my day has gone to hell. That has not happened. You see this, you're smiling, you're laughing, you know it's a good shot, you got a parade and some candy coming your way. You're happy as hell. Doesn't matter. You can get fired from your job, find out your wife is blowing some other dude. You walk down the street, you see me, you're just...
He's definitely a funny little guy. You got to give him that. All right, let's watch this. This is the juggler I showed you back in the Reagan day. Let's take a look a little bit of him.
Good evening. My name is Michael Davis. Thank you. Before I begin my act, I'd like to explain an old show business expression They say a comic says funny things, but a comedian says things funny. This makes me a juggler. I have an unusual philosophy about the art of juggling. I don't think it's important how many. There are two ways to do juggling tricks: with applause and the way that we're doing them. No. Too late. Style. You want to be impressed. No, it's not a difficult trick. I can tell from your reaction. A really good juggler could do this and even look away. Glancing around the room. Glad you could make it. Nice dress, sir. And now, without breaking stride, the object is, of course, to expand. Watch as I place the third ball into the pattern. We'll do a few fancy tricks in case there are any jugglers in the crowd. You may wonder why I threw that ball over there. So am I. I'm only teasing. I can use all of these. If I get rid of all of these. I like to do a quick impression that I call juggling on a motorcycle. That was stupid.
I tell you what, that guy's funny. I don't know if you guys were on watching that day when I showed him with Ronald Reagan. He was funny then too, and he just popped up again. I had to put that in there. The guy's hilarious. Oh man, I don't know why I took my glasses off. I can't see. Sean keep getting kicked off again because of bugs. I can't tell you we won't get bugs over there in Wimpkin, but you guys got to try it out. Shoot us over there. All right, let's get into a little bit of Rodney Dangerfield. How about that?
My old man, he didn't help at all, my old man. We used to play tag and he'd drive. I mean, I had it rough. Well, I told my old man I'm sick and tired of running around in circles. He got mad. He nailed down my other foot. My old man, he didn't help either. The time I was kidnapped, they sent back a piece of my finger. He said he wanted more proof. I mean, it was the same thing when I was a kid. No respect. My old man told me Mickey Mouse died in a cancer experiment. My old man, he didn't help either. Kept taking me to the zoo. He said he was hoping my real parents would claim me. My old man, he didn't like my looks either. But he carried around a picture of the kid who came with the wallet. I mean, are you kidding? My old man never liked me. When he took me hunting, he gave me a 3-minute head start. And on the way home, he tied me to the fender, put the deer in the car. And when I was a kid, my old man, he didn't help either, you know. The time I asked my old man if I can go ice skating on a lake, he told me to wait till it gets warmer. I remember things when I was a kid. You know. The time I asked my old man where I came from, he told me I was brought by a crow. My old man, he didn't help either. The time I asked my old man, how can I get my kite in the air? He told me to run off a cliff. I'll tell you, when I was a kid, I was ugly, too. I told my old man, he never took me to the zoo. He said, if they want you, they'll come and get you.
You just can't ask for a better comedian than that. This guy was one of the best. I tell you what, the older guys were definitely the better comedians. And there are some good ones, okay, but you'll never find great ones again. I'm not sure who this one is, but let's take a listen.
My daughter's looking at me. She goes, Dad, I don't know how you... I said, did what? She goes, just, I tried disciplining him. She has a 5...
Well, since we watched that one already, I don't know why I had duplicates of that one. All right, let's watch another. What does this say? Oh, no, I got a lot of them. We're going to watch another bit of Rodney Dangerfield.
My old man, he didn't help at all, my old man.
No, we're not. That's another duplicate. How the hell did these things get duplicated in here? Let's go back up. We're going to watch a couple more Bigfoots, and then we're going to go. Yes, we are. Let's see. I know I got some good ones in here. Oh, let's see if I think this is one. Going fishing.
Have you ever been too drunk to fish?
I ran out to paper plates, so I'm eating my Spam and eggs off this old Frisbee I found.
Oh my God, where was that one at? Okay, let's get rid of that one. And I had another spicy one here. Oh, here we go.
The toilet, oh, it's leaking. Hold on, buddy, we're almost there. Fake spice-eating clowns never trusting on TikTok again.
I see people eating hot stuff like it's candy. Zero reaction. Let's see if that's real or just internet bullshit.
All right, boys, today we test the no reaction cap. I'm going full spicy mode. Look at that, Hell's Kitchen right here. 8 boys, moment of truth. 1 bite, no bitching. Holy. My tongue's on Fuchseneier. It's fucking lava in my mouth, bro. My tongue's emulting. Get the door, I'm gonna combust. Brew, I need milk, ice, a fire extinguisher. My am is gonna explode. This ain't water, this is gasoline. WHO eats this. Call the doctor, I'm D-O-N-E. Oh no, it's coming. Where's the toilet? Oh, it's leaking. Hold on, buddy, we're almost there. No, not here. I'm not gonna make it. Move! Oh my God. Ah, it's a torpedo! Bro, this isn't a poop, it's a bomb drop!
Why did I eat that?
Someone call NASA. I just launched a missile. All right, I think the demon's out. Wait, oh no, round 2! Back all you fake spice-eating clowns never trusting on TikTok again. I ain't ever eating that demon food again.
Oh my God, you gotta love that one, right? Oh, let's see what we got. I love these Bigfoots ones. There's a lot of different people making them because they actually have videos showing you how to make them, and it's crazy. One of these are funny. Let's check this one out.
Guys, Google said there's a hot babe named Christina 2 miles away from me, and they were absolutely right. Say hi for the vlog.
Hi.
Look at those melons. Turns out Christina used to be Chris. Fuck that shit. She said, let's see whose is bigger. She won, but that's beside the point. I ain't even mad she lied to me. I'm mad that thing was so girthy. Why did it wink at me, bro?
Oh, yeah. That's crazy, right? Oh, my God. All right. All right, guys. I went through almost everything. It's crazy, right? I hope you guys have some great plans for this weekend. And we're going to start off. We had the end of the week, right? I hope you guys all get off of work for tomorrow and have a great weekend. I want to thank you for joining me tonight. Looks like me at a gas station. We're removing my, I did that sticker. That's good, Sean. Got to check the plumbing. Oh, yeah, you got to check a lot of plumbing with them. Well, we're going to have a lot more Bigfoot come Monday, and we're going to have a lot more videos, and we're going to see what's going on. Maybe tomorrow we'll see what happens, and Trump's going to sign the big, beautiful bill tomorrow. And, yeah, I love that funny walking fart and stuff. Oh, yeah. And then, I mean, there's so much more that I have, too. I mean, I don't even remember downloading all these. And pretty much every one of these that I have left in here are all Bigfoot. Oh, yeah. And that's a lot. It's a lot. It is a lot. I don't remember downloading all these Bigfoots, but I just add stuff once when I start the video. If I think it's funny right off the bat, I just send it to my email. And I keep downloading, and then I throw it into StreamYard, and I got a list of them. But I've got to get some new ones. I haven't had no Jeff Dunhams that we haven't listened to already. Trying to get some mixture. Andrew Dice Clay, I did find a couple of his. But Sean over in Getter was right. With Rodney Dangerfield, the man is funny without being ignorant. No cuss words, stuff like that. He's always been funny. Thank you, John M. But I want to thank you guys for joining me tonight. And I want you guys to have a great 4th of July Independence Day. I bet you there'll be Aaron Trump's signing of the big, beautiful bill. There's a lot of stuff going to happen now, guys, that this got signed. It's going to make a world of difference. Hopefully we'll see some stuff that we want to see. So enjoy. Be safe this weekend. If you can't, name it after me. Okay? All right, guys, with that being said, thank you again, and I got a great ending for you, so listen up. And with that, Patriots, what brings us to this special pre-4th of July edition of the Conservative Viewpoint to a close. As you prepare to celebrate the sacred day, remember that the sacrifice and unwavering convictions of those who ignited the flame of liberty. Think of the signers of the Declaration. Men like John Hancock, whose both signatures defied tyranny, or Thomas Jefferson, whose eloquent words articulated the very soul of our nation. They didn't just declare independence, they declared a revolutionary truth that all men are created equal. And by their creators, they were certain unalienable rights. This weekend, as you gather with your friends and family, as you witness the dazzling display of fireworks, let it be a reminder of the light of freedom that has shone brightly for 249 years. Let it inspire you to cherish, protect, and defend the principles that make this nation exceptional. Exceptional. Oh, my God. The fight for liberty is never truly over. But on this holiday, we pause to celebrate its triumphs and renew our commitment to the enduring promise. The Conservative Viewpoint will be taking a brief pause for the holidays, but we will return refreshed and ready to tackle the challenges ahead. This coming Monday, July 7th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, from all of us here, have a safe and blessed and truly happy Independence Day. May God bless you, and may God bless the United States of America. I will see you guys back here live on Monday. Good night, everyone.